So they're freezing my right hand. They're also freezing and buzzing my motherfucking feet. This hand feels like it's in a block of ice, and it's feeling freezing cold. That's the heater right there. I'm like 3 feet from the fucking heater. So, and they're still tracking my hand. So I can literally put my hand right there in front of the heater, and I still feel the warmth, but I still feel the freezing shocks at the same time. Now they stopped buzzing my feet for like a split second, and now they're back to vibrating them and freezing them. So I can put my left hand, which they're not freezing, over my foot, and now my hand feels cold. My toes, okay, now they're moving around. I don't even know if this is, so now my hand's feeling colder. I don't know if they're moving the beam around, because I do that, and my foot starts to return to a normal temperature, and then I feel it coming from like another angle. Like, I don't know how that works. So I grab hold of it. Now my toes are returning to a normal temperature. Keep in mind, I'm under a blanket. And again, I have a heater in here, right next to my bed. It is probably about 70 degrees in this trailer, or at least in this bedroom area right now. It's cold outside, but it's not as cold as my hand feels, my right hand. So I can also feel a buzzing right there. So that's where YouTube thumbnail they're saying. And they're freezing this fucking hand. It feels like it's got frostbite on it. I can put it against my face, and it feels cold. It feels like I stuck my hand in the freezer and left it in there for a while. I keep fucking with my fucking face. I keep fucking with my eyes, and I keep saying we're gonna cause irreparable damage to your eyes, and they're like, pfft. And it's like, who the fuck knows? It's like my dad and no one gives a shit. It's like I'm suffering something that's not a mental illness. Mental illness does not cause pain. I've had witnesses that have felt these beams aimed at my feet. And I have two witnesses, and there's other victims that have gone on public record. This is a real thing. Electrolasers are a real thing. VoiceToSkull is a real thing. It's been around for over 50 years. I'm not imagining this. I'm a very intelligent person, and I didn't go insane. And it's like everyone's treating me like shit or ignoring it. And it's like, this is a real thing. The past over 3 years, I've been tortured and terrorized and fucked with even before then by these people, along with everyone else in my house and many other people in the Austin area that I've come into contact with. This hand still feels freezing cold. This hand does not. There's no reason for this hand to feel freezing cold and this one to not feel freezing cold. This one's technically like a little bit closer to the heater. There's no window open. This window's not open. There's no draft in here. There's no windows open in here. And again, I put it right in front of the heater, and I could still feel the freezing shocks on it. I could still feel the warmth from the heater, but I could still feel the freezing shocks. So, and they keep buzzing my fucking dick. They've been zapping my asshole for like the last 3 days. They basically made me crap my pants the other day. They were like, these things they can push and crush against you. They can poke it like right by your butthole, and they can push poop out. Like I'm not incontinent or whatever the appropriate word is. And they do that all the time. I met a woman in Austin, and she said like for the last 2 weeks, like she was here, her schizophrenia was different, and she was like feeling like she goes, I feel like I'm being fucked, and that was before she goes, I feel like I'm being fucked in the ass, and that was before I didn't even tell her anything about my gangstalking. I was just outside at a hotel balcony at Motel 6 at 51st and 183. A favorite spot of theirs, and they fuck with the hooker shack like right next to the day labor place. They like to fuck with them as well, and the homeless people that hotel hop around these motels, and the ones outside them that can't get a room, and now they're fucking freezing this side of my face, and I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I feel like, and she said she was having accidents in her pants. And so, and like they had been doing like the asshole thing to me, like the month before they had done that for like a few days for me, and I was like, so great. So she's been walking around for the past 2 weeks, a semi-homeless woman, and they've been like finger banging her in the fucking ass with an electrolaser. And like your local law enforcement may have electrolasers, you should look into it, and other direct energy weapons. and voice-to-skull technology as allegedly to be used against terrorism, but then they use it, or they aid those that use it as terrorists. They go around town spying on people and go around town fucking with people. Most of the technology has been around for decades. Some of it's been around, is somewhat newer, but it's not new. And electrolasers can cause a freezing burn or a frostbite sensation. I'm experiencing it right now. They can cause electrocution. They can cause a heart attack, and they've been threatening to give me a heart attack. Now they're buzzing my motherfucking dick a little bit, and they're going, they're vibrating the head of my penis, and they're going, "Is that a sexual touch?" That's not a mental illness. Like, I can feel it with my fucking hand. I can put my hand here, and I can feel the vibrations, and now I don't feel it in my penis anymore. Now I do feel it in my, well, now I feel it in my balls. And I don't feel it in my hand anymore, but I still feel, my hand still feels like it's like in the freezer in a block of ice. Like, I can put this hand over it, and now this, my left hand is starting to feel cold. And they're moving the beam around. They like to do that with the frostbite thing a lot. So, now my hand's returning to a normal temperature. They keep moving around every time I cover the area. And so now this hand feels cold. So now they're on this hand a little bit. They're going, we're switching hands. Now this is feeling freezing shocks. Like, there's no condition that causes that. And again, I have witnesses that have felt these things when they were shocking my feet. And I've met other victims that have gone on official record with the witnesses, along with me, with a Travis County Sheriff Sergeant who did nothing. Like, I need help. I need to get the fuck out of here. I need to get on a plane with my dog and get the fuck out of here.